Level 1. The Muscle. The rain in the lower wards tastes like sulfur and copper. You start with nothing but a rusted blade and a scarred leather jacket. Your territory is the docks, a sprawling labyrinth of rotting wood and sea fog. Your crew needs a win. Word on the cobblestones is that a heavy iron carriage is moving through the fog tonight, carrying a locked chest of Ambrosia, a rare, highly concentrated magical potion used by the nobility to extend their lifespans. It is worth a king's ransom on the black market. You crouch behind a stack of whale oil barrels as the carriage approaches. Your job is simple: smash the wheels, take out the guards, and secure the crate. When the carriage passes, you step into the street and slam a heavy iron crowbar directly into the front wheel spokes. Wood splinters. The carriage tilts violently, crashing against the stone wall. Guards spill out, blades drawn. You don't hesitate. You dive into the fray, swinging with brutal precision. A guard lunges. You slip his guard and drive your blade upward. Blood mixes with the muddy rain. You grab the iron chest from the wreckage just as the city watch horns echo in the distance. You run into the dark alleys, your knuckles bleeding, but the prize is yours. Level 2. The Smuggler. Brute force gets you the chest, intelligence is how you keep it. The Dawn recognizes your grit and promotes you to run the smuggling networks. Moving the Ambrosia out of the docks requires a shadow network. You trade your leather jacket for a sharp charcoal suit and set up shop in a backroom distillery. You spend weeks bribing dock inspectors, enchanting hidden compartments into fish barrels, and mapping out the city's sewer systems. You divide the Ambrosia into smaller, diluted vials, turning a single stolen chest into a massive, recurring revenue stream. You build a network of desperate alchemists who rely on you for raw materials. The money pours in, and you ensure a steady, heavy percentage kicks directly up to the Dawn's table. You are no longer just an enforcer, you are the financial backbone of the syndicate. Level 3. The Capo. The old Don summons you to his smoky manor, bites his thumb, and draws a drop of your blood onto a burning parchment. You swear the omerta, the blood oath of silence. You are now a made man, given command of your own crew. With the wealth from the Ambrosia trade, you buy politicians, judges, and entire watch garrisons. Your crew operates like a corporate machine. If a rival street gang tries to sell on your corners, you don't just fight them, you systematically starve them out, cutting off their suppliers and turning their own soldiers against them. You learn the heavy burden of command. When one of your youngest earners gets sloppy and talks to an investigator, you don't hesitate. You invite him to a quiet dinner, pour him a glass of wine, and nod to your enforcer behind him. It is business, never personal. Level 4. The Underboss. The old Underboss is found floating in the canal, and the Dawn places the family's silver signet ring onto your finger. You are now the shadow ruler of the metropolis, but prosperity breeds envy. A rival family, the Marconi Syndicate, wants your territory and has begun assassinating your top earners. The Dawn orders a definitive strike. The target is Don Marconi himself. You orchestrate the hit to take place during a high society opera gala. You spend weeks smuggling a thin, untraceable poison into the theater's private kitchen. As Marconi sits in his velvet-lined balcony box, your mole slips the toxin into his vintage wine. From across the opera house, you watch through looking glasses as Marconi takes a sip. Midway through the second act, he gasps, clutching his throat as his lungs seize. The theater erupts into panic. In the chaos, your cleanup crews slip out unnoticed. The Marconi family is broken, and your dominance is absolute. Level 5. The Dawn. The old Dawn passes away, and you ascend to the absolute top of the criminal underworld. You sit in a penthouse high above the neon-lit spires, pulling the strings of the city's mayor and controlling millions in gold. But the throne is a cold, lonely place. You return to your secluded countryside estate after a long night of negotiations, seeking peace. The villa is completely dark, the air thick with silence. You walk into your study, intending to pour a drink. You notice your heavy iron safe is standing wide open. The ledger is gone. The absolute proof of every bribe, every heist, and every murder you ever ordered is gone. A match strikes in the dark corner of the room. The flame illuminates the face of Marco, your most trusted underboss and closest friend. You reach for the hidden holster beneath your suit jacket, but a cold click behind your head stops you. You turn your eyes slightly to see your own son holding the revolver, his hand trembling, but his gaze fixed. The commission wanted a change, Marco says softly, blowing out the match. The Marconi remnants offered a peace treaty that secures our future for a century. But they demanded a sacrifice. They demanded the man who killed their father. The realization cuts deeper than any blade. The empire you built, the blood you spilled, and the family you protected, it was all used as currency to buy your replacement. Your own blood traded your life for a seat at the table. Look at me, son, you whisper, refusing to beg. Your son avoids your gaze, staring at the floor. It's just business, Dad. The final sound inside the quiet villa is sharp and sudden, and the empire passes to the next generation, paid for with the ultimate betrayal.